That may have been the last shot Michael Jordan will ever take in the NBA.
Maybe not. Good morning. Air Jordan is taxiing for takeoff. Legendary basketball great Michael Jordan is getting ready to return to the game he loves today, Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Tuesday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Katie Couric. What's that Dolly Parton song? Here we go again?
Yeah, unbelievable. We've been talking about this for a long time. He retired from the game back in 1993 to try his hand at baseball. Then he returned in 1995. But he walked away again in 1999 after leading Chicago to 6 championships. Now the 38-year-old has been working out all summer, playing some pickup games against other NBA players. Outside his restaurant in Chicago on Monday, he told the Associated Press and other reporters, quote, "I'm doing it for the love of the game."
American 1-1, the American on the frequency. How do you hear me?
This is a News 4 Today news break.
Look at this day we have here in the nation's capital. Absolutely gorgeous out there, 65 degrees if you like it, a little bit on the chilly side. We'll check the forecast and the rush hour coming up shortly. Good morning, everyone. I'm Barbara Harrison. It's Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. In the news, work crews will start installing monitoring equipment today in a northeast Washington neighborhood, looking for signs of gasoline contamination. The gasoline leaked from the service station on the Maryland side of Eastern Avenue near Riggs Road 10 years ago. But now tests are being done to see if the gas has spread over the district line. In a story first on 4, police in Prince George's County are looking for more people who may have been involved in an unusual theft ring. The suspects are accused of stealing.
American 11, if you hear Boston Center, ident, please, or acknowledge.
Because he was just heading that way, yes.
Yeah, we've taken the American back because he appears to have turned.
Yep, thanks.
And Mr. Lauer as well. Let's see, okay? Let's take a look, kids. We've got Hurricane Aaron, winds at 90 miles per hour, 430 miles east-southeast of Atlantic City. It's moving north. Look for riptides and heavy swells along the northeastern Atlantic coast. Tropical Depression number 7 could be Felix, 35-mile-per-hour winds, 890 miles east of the Leeward Islands, moving west-northwest, so we're keeping an eye on that. And there's a low-pressure system off the coast of Florida that may become a tropical system as well. So a lot of activity in the Atlantic today. That's what's going on around the country.
And again, we don't have a verified altitude.
As he said,
anyone that's unemployed
in this country is one too many.
I was just playing X-ray.
We'll continue to watch the numbers and more important statistics coming up this Friday. He'll watch those. His advisors will advise him, and he'll make decisions in the coming weeks.
Commerce Secretary Don Evans. Mr. Evans, thanks very much.
Thank you, Matt.
17 past the hour.
All right, Matt. Thank you. Tim Russert is NBC's Washington Bureau Chief and moderator of Meet the Press. Hi, Tim. Obviously, the Bush administration is taking the offensive on the economy right now. They're putting out Don Evans, his Commerce Secretary's appointment on the economy. We heard David Gregory.
Okay, American 11, 75, and
figures came out on Friday.
Right now, we don't have any idea, but he was to the northwest of Albany, and now he's down by Sparta, Newton Speed.
George Bush is
rapidly. We believe he's in the descent. That's why he's
now are all also contacting ATC.
Okay.
They are all
Anything else from the flight attendant?
So far what I've got, the number 5 flight attendant's been stabbed, but she seems to be breathing. The number 1 seems to be stabbed pretty badly, and she's lying down on the floor. They don't know whether she's conscious or not. The other flight attendants are in the back.
Well, there are cycles of economic growth and decline. With the House Republican,
and that's as far as I know. It seems like the passengers in this coach might not be aware of what's going on right now.
And a 5,000-seat stadium. And later today, we should get our first look at the new Capitol Visitor Center. Not the center itself, but a model of it. Construction of the center began in June of last year. It's expected to open in the year 2005. We're going to come back with our forecast. You'll want to hear it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
How old are they?
20 months.
They are in the cockpit with the pilot.
New Jersey. Okay, you guys answer everything together. It's a trained act. I like it. Let's check your weather, see what's happening. And Florida downpours. We've got flood watches for southwestern and southern Florida.
What's happened in the river since then, Matt?
Boy, heat builds up on people. Did heat build up on the Bush administration because of their views on global warming? Arctic drilling where they had to look and say, wait a second, we have to do something that is viewed as positive for the environment. Let's go after GE.
No, you'll have to ask them that. But what basically happened was in the last days of the Clinton administration, they laid out a plan.
We'd have to vector you towards the aircraft.
Okay, so you'd want to control the intercept because
We have to, yeah.
You have
until
to,
you
right.
guys pick him up on primary radar.
Okay, so you have a general location as to where he is?
We're still tracking him right now.
You're trying to can you give me a
Every scientist quiet and you'll be okay. We're turning to the airport. Says just the opposite thing.
And who's trying to call me here?
On the side of common
American
sense.
11, are you trying to call?
Of
Nobody move. Everything will be
maybe
okay.
it's harmful. Let's
If you
get
try
those
to make any
places.
move, you danger yourself and the airplane. Looks like we lost the primary target about 20 west of Kennedy, and we had a report of ELT in the area. We're going to
boat in the Hudson.
This is the ACI watch. Say again.
Pacific Fisher down 90%. You can drink out of the Hudson. Now, Matt, common sense would say, don't take 8 billion pounds of mud out of the bottom of the Hudson, tracing tiny pieces of PCBs. It's just ludicrous.
You think one day the government will regret the decision?
One day the government, in my opinion.
On an airplane that's been hijacked, if things will go well, I'm looking good. I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. Go have a good time. Same to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I'll really accept it. Bye, babe.
This is part of a memo. It says, before opening the door to the room, the man is to stand with a folded newspaper in his right hand, rapidly wave it for at least a minute to eliminate the possibility that flies will enter the room. Using 8 Kleenexes placed in the left hand, the man who's rapidly waving the newspaper will knock on the door. When HRH responds, the man will open the door using the hand with the Kleenex. I mean,
right, as opposed to the dirty hand. I mean, the man wasn't that compulsive, let's face it, but on the other hand, he was absolutely the most amazing man that America has ever created, ever.
Okay, I have got to interrupt you right now.
Sorry.
Richard Hack, thank you very much. We appreciate the book is called Hughes. We want to go live right now and show you a picture of the World Trade Center where I understand, do we have it? No, we do not. We have a breaking story, though. We're going to come back with that in just a moment. First, this is Today on NBC.
We have smoke and it's pretty bad. We can't get down the stairs. All right. We have about 100 people up here. Do not leave, okay? There's a fire or an explosion or something in the building. All right. I want you to stay where you are. Yes. We're there. We'll come out to get you. We're on the floor. All right. We're on the way. Just sit tight. All right. Just sit tight. We're on the way.
Okay. Are the lights still on? The lights are on, but it's very hot, ma'am. Very hot. We're all the way on the other side of Liberty, and it's very, very hot.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. It happened just a few moments ago, apparently. We have very little information available at this point in time. But on the phone, we do have Jennifer Oberstein, who apparently witnessed this event. Jennifer, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, can you please tell me what you saw and give me any information about what's going on there?
Yes, I have to tell you, it's quite terrifying. I'm in shock right now. I came out of the subway at Bowling Green. I was heading to work in Battery Park at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and I come out, and I heard a boom, looked up, and there was a big ball of fire. I'm now looking north at the World Trade Center, and it is the left twin tower if I'm looking north. I'm in Battery Park right now, and you can hear the fire engines and the emergency crews behind me, and it is unbelievable. When the fire first burst, it was a... Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you.
In air like I've never seen before. And as you know, I used to work in news. I've never seen any fire like this in the air. and the pieces of the building were flying down. It looks like it's like the top, I can't even tell you, maybe 20 floors. Intense smoke. It's horrible. I can't even describe it.
Do you have any idea what kind of plane it was?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any idea what hit the World Trade Center?
What it was?
Yeah, what kind of plane? We're getting reports that an airplane hit the building.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Honestly, I was walking up, and it looked up and saw a big boom and fire. You know, I got to tell you, we were all saying around here that it was very interesting that it would be a bomb and it would be so high up. So perhaps it was a plane. We have no talk of a plane. However, I have to tell you, there are still things flying in the air. I mean, it's mind-boggling, and it's horrifying.
Jennifer, it's Matt Lauer. I'd like to ask you, while you were close to the building, or have you, since the explosion, seen anyone who's been injured being taken out of the building? Are there ambulances dealing with people on the sidewalk around the building?
Nobody. We have a hijack. We have some problems over here right now. Oh, you do? Yes, and that may be real traffic. Nobody knows. I can't get a hold of the United 175 at all right now. And I don't know where he went to. All right.
Okay,
I'll see if I have one.
It might be a
All
little
right,
dangerous
okay.
to get too close.
United
I saw
175
lots of debris coming down, and right now I'm in Battery Park. I don't know, it's probably
U.S. Air 583, go ahead.
Hey, Mom, it's Brad. Just wanted to call and let you know, I'm sure that you heard that a plane crashed into World Trade Center 1. We're fine. We're in World Trade Center 2. Obviously alive and well over here. But obviously a pretty scary experience. I saw a guy fall out of probably the 91st story all the way down. So, you're welcome to give a call here. I think we'll be here all day. But give me a call back later. Love you.
The plane has been hijacked. Honestly, I'm calling from the plane. Want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I don't know what to say. There's 3 guys that hijacked the plane. I'm trying to be calm. We're turned around, and I heard that there's planes that's been flown into the World Trade Center. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
9, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I got some handouts for you. We got some incidents going over here. Is Delta 2433 going to be okay? 33. I decline for traffic at United 17.
Could feel shockwaves, but we sort of felt like we did. And we were in a position where we could see the Trade Center almost immediately between the other buildings. And an enormous fireball that must have been 300 feet across was visible immediately.
Somebody keeps cussing, but it looks like
a secondary explosion, I think. And plumes of smoke. There must have been a 3-block cloud of white smoke. Now, from where I was on the street a moment ago, you can in fact see smoke leaving the building on 3 sides.
Do you know who he is? We don't know who he is. We're just picking him up now.
All right, heads up, man.
The air is filled with hundreds of thousands of pieces of paper that are just sort of floating like confetti. The area is swarmed with emergency vehicles and sirens. Obviously, we're very sensitive to this kind of thing in this neighborhood.
Elliot, have you, of course, because of the incident that occurred in the early 1990s, have you seen any evidence, Elliot, of people being taken out of the building? You say that emergency vehicles are there, understandably so, but of course the major concern is human loss. I mean, do you know if there were many people in the building?
Oh, another one just hit. Something else just hit. A very large plane just flew directly over my building, and there's been another collision. Can you see it? I can see it on the shot.
Oh, my.
Something else has
You know what? We just saw a plane circling the building. We just saw a plane circling the building a second ago on the shot right before that.
I think there may have been another impact. Can you tell? I just heard another very loud bang, and a very large plane that might have been a DC-9 or a 747 just flew past my window, and I think it may have hit the Trade Center again.
To be honest, Elliot, I didn't get the impression that it was that big a plane.
It looks big from here.
I did see a plane go by a second ago, though, and it has now impacted the building. I'm trying to see if it's the different tower.
I think it may have been. I believe the first one was World Trade Center 1, and it looks, from what I'm seeing on television, like it may have been the second building that was hit.
This is a piece of tape, and we may actually see another plane enter the picture here in a second.
I wonder if there are air traffic control problems.
Let's go back to Jennifer Oberstein, who was talking to a second ago. Jennifer, did you see this happen?
Hello?
Did you just see this happen, Jennifer?
Matt, I've never seen any. It looks like a movie. I saw a large plane, like a jet, go immediately headed directly into the World Trade Center. It just flew into it, into the other tower, coming from south to north. I watched the plane fly into the World Trade Center. It was a jet. It was a very large plane. It was going fast. It went past the Ritz-Carlton Hotel that's being built in Battery Park. It flew right past it, almost hit it, and then went in.
This is so shocking, of course, to everybody watching.
I've never seen anything like it. It literally flew itself into World Trade Center.
Obviously now we move from what appears to have, there it is right there.
Again, I'm looking from south to north, and it went into the one on the right.
That appeared to be at least a 727. We saw it a second ago. Here comes the videotape that we just showed you. You will see what appears to be a large plane. It could be a 727 right there, maybe even bigger, flying right into the side of the World Trade Center.
It was at least a 727. It was a jet. I couldn't believe my eyes watching it right above me.
And now you have to move from talk about a possible accident to talk about something deliberate that has happened here. We're going to immediately check with air traffic control in the area to find out if they had contact with either of these planes before the accident. But what we've just seen is about the most shocking videotape I've ever seen.
What are the odds of two separate planes hitting both towers?
Indianapolis Center, did you get a hold of American 77 by chance? No, sir, but we have an unconfirmed report that the second airplane hit the World Trade Center. Say again? You know, we lost American 11 through a hijacking. You know, American was a Boston, Los Angeles flight. So we don't really know where the target is. And I can't really hold of him. I can't hear what you're saying there. You said American 11? Yes, we were hijacked. Tried him and no response. Which is a Boston, LA flight. And 77 is a Dulles, LA flight. And communications with them. We have an unconfirmed report of second airplane just flew into the World Trade Center. Thank you very much.
Anything within your airline to us?
No, unfortunately.
How about, can you tell me if you know for sure it was American 11 that went into the Trade Center?
Believe to be American Airlines flight 77.
Which flight are you missing?
11.
Officials are saying let's go to President Bush right now.
World Trade Center.
Unfortunately, we'll be going back to Washington after my remarks. Secretary of Rod Pace and Lieutenant Governor will take the podium and discuss education. I do want to thank the folks here at Booker Elementary School for their hospitality. Today, we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. Terrorism against our nation will not stand. And now, if you join me in a moment of silence. May God bless the victims, their families, and America. Thank you very much.
No. That, of course, was President Bush, who is in Florida in Longboat Key. He was speaking at an elementary school. He had planned to be talking about literacy. Obviously, he had to change. He mentioned that this is an apparent terrorist attack. He is traveling back to Washington. He said that he had spoken to the governor of New York as well as the vice president, that all the resources will be brought to bear by the federal government to determine who did this and who was responsible for this terrible event. And then, of course, it was followed by a moment of silence for the victims.
Where did it go off radar? I did 175 Command Center. I need you to tell me
anything and everything you can about American 77, where he is, and if you have radar or not.
Well, air traffic that have dropped off radar over Indiana.
Okay, I'm listening to you. United 175 Washington.
I'm sorry?
We were talking to him in the vicinity of Henderson.
Henderson? What's Henderson? 1256 Zulu, we lost comm and radar. Any ELT? No ELTs.
Is still airborne. 11, the first guy, he's heading towards Washington. Okay, I think we need to scramble Langley right now, and I'm gonna take the fighters from Otis and try to chase this guy down if I can find him.
To hunt down, in his words, the people responsible for this. He will now travel back to Washington and aid.
We're getting in position now that he will immediately a national. He's heading towards Langley, or I should say Washington.
David, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're looking at live pictures of the Pentagon where there is billowing smoke. Jim Miklashevsky just reported that he heard an explosion, and right now we're looking at an aerial view of the Pentagon. Mick, can you talk to us?
Officially, nobody knows exactly what happened. I think the picture is pretty clear. According to one U.S. Army officer who went running past me at a full trot, he said that it appears that a bomb was detonated at the heliport. The heliport is a helicopter landing area right next to the Pentagon, just adjacent to the E-ring. The officers nearest the heliport area are U.S. Army.
Heard or seen anything like it. He talked about back in 1993 a German plane being hijacked, and there were fears when it was flown to New York that it might be crashed into something.
Now, this is a major development. The Federal Aviation Administration has shut down all air traffic nationwide. This country has been immobilized by these terrorist attacks in terms of air travel today, and we don't know where it goes from here. We'll just ask that you stay with us so that as we get hard information, we can share that with you.
Aircraft near the White House, and one can only wonder if that was something that ultimately ended up in the Pentagon.
We just saw a live picture of what seemed to be a portion of the building falling away from the World Trade Center. If we can re-rack that to about 20 seconds ago, you'll see something dramatic happening. And I don't know whether it's another explosion or a portion of the building falling away, but something major just happened at that building. Here we go to the tape. And watch what happens in the left-hand tower. This footage we're seeing right now shows that the damage is so severe. I mean, we had seen what seemed to be two fairly self-contained impact craters before, and now something much more dramatic is happening to one.
Spoken again to U.S. officials with access to the highest intelligence, and they are now confirming that it does appear that at the Pentagon it was a plane. And they are saying they believe now a third plane was involved at the Pentagon.
And of course, this has been the nightmare, Katie, for national security officials for a long time. We talk about nuclear bombs and those kinds of exchanges or invasions, but everyone has been terribly worried about the suitcase-sized bomb of some kind, or an airplane, or an attack on our subways in the large cities. And this, obviously, no one had anticipated. 3 airplanes that were deliberately aimed at critical targets in America. We can only hope that it's over for today, but officials are taking no chances on all of that. They're evacuating all critical buildings because...
It looks sort of like the building just demolished. Smoke, clouds, clouds of smoke everywhere. People running towards me. I was going towards the Twin Towers. People were going away from the towers, and it was just people running like I've never seen anything like it.
And I can't see the speck of an airplane, but security forces here are obviously alarmed enough not only to tell people to keep some distance from the building, but to take immediate cover.
Can you tell me a little bit more? Well, actually, let's look at these live pictures at the World Trade Center. The other tower of the World Trade Center has just collapsed. You are looking at live pictures of the second twin tower at the World Trade Center collapsing as a result of the crash of an airplane into its side. That, I believe, was the first tower that was struck this morning at 8:42 Eastern Time.
You're not there.
That is now fallen to the ground and
The profile of
collapsed.
Manhattan has been changed. There's been a declaration of war by terrorists on the United States. There's nothing short of that.
Pat Dawson, excuse me, Tom, is down at the scene. Pat?
Wade. Where's Wade? Where's Wade? Pat, can you hear us? Obviously, there is pandemonium downtown. Pat is not far from the World Trade Center. You can hear from the sirens, and you can only imagine the confusion and the terror that is in that area after not one but both Trade Center towers have now collapsed.
More than 100 stories of steel, concrete, electrical.
Hi, are you there? Jack, pick up, sweetie. Okay, well, I just wanted to tell you I love you. We're having a real problem on the plane. I'm totally fine. I just love you more than anything. Just know that. And, I'm comfortable and I'm okay for now. It's a little problem, so I'll,
Also, it's Lynn.
I just love you.
I only have a minute. I'm on
husband,
United
too.
93, and it's been hijacked by terrorists who say they have a bomb. Apparently, they have flown a couple of planes into the World Trade Center already, and it looks like they're going to take this one down as well. Mostly, I just wanted to say I love you, and I'm going to miss you. and please keep my love to my dad. And mostly, I just love you, and I just wanted to tell you that. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to tell you that again or not. All my stuff is in the safe. The safe is in my closet in my bedroom. The combination is you push P for clear and then 0913, and then it should, and maybe pound, and then it should unlock. I love you, and I hope I can talk to you soon.
Go ahead.
Bye.
United 93, have you got information on that yet? Yeah, he's down. He's down? Yes. When did he land? Because we have confirmation. He did not land. Oh, he's down? Yeah, Bound? somewhere up northeast of Camp David. Northeast of Camp David. That's the last report. They don't know exactly where.
Attention all units, we're receiving reports of number 1 and number 2 World Trade Center collapse. All units at the scene receiving reports. Number 1 and number 2 World Trade Centers, both towers collapsed. Any other unicorns? 1030416. All right, Manhattan announcing any division or any staff chief at the scene of the World Trade Center case. Any division chief or any staff chief at the scene of any of the World Trade Centers case. The Mobile Command Center case. Right.
Mobile Command Center to Manhattan, case.
All right, Mobile Command Center. What chief do you have at your Mobile Command Center case?
Negative on anything, case. Right now we're all alone. The second building came down. I can't see, so we have no contact with anybody at this time, case.